Hi everyone, we're going to be doing a general reading today for March 15th. I know there's like kind of a lot of crazy things happening astrologically and in the economy, and it's just kind of like a wild time to be alive. And so this is a general reading for March 15th, 2026. We're just doing a really basic past, present, future reading, and then there's going to be a clarification card as well. So it's a 4-card draw. The first card that I drew for you is the Finding Your Religion card. This is the Hierophant. So this has to do with going back to your roots and finding your own religion, regardless of whether it is like aligned with your family or whether it's something different than your family. But you're finding your higher power and you're defining it and you're claiming it for yourself. And so this is part of the major arcana. So it has to do with your personal spiritual journey. It doesn't have to do with people, places, and things that are outside of you. This has to do with your inner self. And so this card is in the past. And so it's good that you have this foundation as we're moving forward. You already know who you are. You already know what you believe in. And so we're sticking with those beliefs. And it's good to have a belief system moving forward in this sort of insane world that we live in. Now, the next card that I drew for all of you is the Queen of Wands. And so Wands is in the minor arcana. It's one of the suit cards. And so this has to do with people, places, and things that are outside of your control. It doesn't have to do with your own personal spiritual journey. It has to do with things that you can't control, but you can control your reaction to it. And you can control how you take it in and how you interpret it. And so this person is someone that has control. They are an expert at planning, and wands are about course of action and following through with your plans. And so this person is maybe a planner or a strategist that's in your life, kind of like helping you along and helping and guiding you. And so she has her symbols. She's like a kind-hearted soul, and she has her familiar with her, and she actually is looking out for the best interest in like what you're doing. And so when this card comes up, it's good to be a listener and to listen to the people in your life that have like your best interest at heart. And it might not be someone related to you. It might be a friend. It might be a stranger. It might be a boss. It might be a... YouTube ads. You can't do a thing with it, right? All right. And the future card, this is very interesting because it goes back to the major arcana. So this is back to your spiritual journey. First, you're at number 5 with Temperance, or with, the Hierophant. And now you're at 14 with Temperance. And so Temperance is very interesting because it's like you have this guardian angel that's in 2 realms, sort of like giving you messages or transcribing you messages. And I did have to report back to the book, or refer back to the book, and it talked about being frugal. It talked about the economy, and it talked about sort of like the greater good. And so like this guardian angel is not just looking out for you, they're looking out for everyone. And so however you fit into that puzzle, they're looking out for everyone as well as you, because they're in 2 different realms. There's like major events happening, and they're creating abundance for you and for everyone. And I will refer back to the book just because sometimes it's not so great if I'm just like ad-libbing. Economy, moderation, frugality, management. So maybe like money management, time management, and accommodation. And so in the future, you might have to accommodate other people. You might have to manage your time differently, manage your money differently. And so it's kind of just like when you're in that planning phase of like what's happening with everything, then you're kind of like these two, it all fits together in the puzzle. And so now we'll do a clarification card. ugh, this one, really? And so now we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is, you're having like this is like you're waking up from a nightmare, and you're having like all of these decisions are piling on top of each other. Swords represent decisions, they represent intelligence, they represent intelligence, decisions, logic. It's like the opposite of cups. It's the opposite of emotions. It's the opposite of relationships. So it might be like how you're dealing with conflict. And so we have all of these layers of decisions that we're making, and we're stressing out about it. But when this card comes up, it's like a warning to not stress about decisions. Like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so first, you want to prioritize what you need to do, and do this one first, and do this one second, and do this one third. You're dealing with all of these different realms of conflict, but in order to deal with it effectively and logically, like, don't be overwhelmed. Now's not the time to be overwhelmed. Now is the time to stay with your course of action and just do things one step at a time, because otherwise, you know, it might seem like a nightmare situation, but the pain doesn't last forever if you follow through with the plans that you're already making. And I will refer back to the book, because this is sort of like a crazy card to get for a clarity card. Let's see. What do we got? The Nine of Swords, one seated on her couch in lamination with the swords over her. Failure, miscarriage, delay, deception, disappointment, and despair. Great. So yeah, if this comes up in your reading, don't be overwhelmed. Just because things aren't going like necessarily according to your plan, you can overcome obstacles. You have the strength from your angels and from the people that are on your side. You have like this strong deck in front of you. Utilize your resources and don't be overwhelmed, and eat that elephant one bite at a time. So I hope this helps.